The Seton Catholic Sentinels are back on home court and they're anxious to get back in the win column. Tonight they take on Desert Sky rival Marcus Niza right here at John J. McMahon Gym. The action coming to you live on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside the doctor. That is Adam Perry. And Doc, 8 games left for the Sentinels. So far in Desert Sky play, a record of 0-1-1. These 8 games, it's all about playoff seeding. It's all about crunch time for Coach Carter Abey and crew.
Absolutely. You know, these Sentinels heading down this last stretch here really need to do a great job at shutting out all the outside noise that they've been facing. Just lock in and play as hard as you can these last 8 games and find yourself a good playoff spot.
So they take on a Marcos Niza team that comes in with a record of 7-11. They've lost 3 straight. But Doc, as you know, sometimes the most dangerous team is the one that comes in wounded.
Yeah, absolutely. When a man has his back against the wall, that's when he's most dangerous. And, you know, tonight there might be an injured dog on the court. We'll see what they come out with today.
Marcos comes in with a dominant force in the post. That is James Stewart, averaging almost 18 points with 11 rebounds. And we've seen in the past, Doc, anytime the Sentinels go up against a bigger body, it causes them some trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sentinels kind of have to adjust to that interior game once there's a bigger man. We'll see how they do it here tonight.
Sentinels won both games last year. Now it is 2024 as they suit up again right here at John J. McMahon Gym. The starting lineups and more coming to you right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym, where the Sentinels will take on their crosstown rival, Marcos Niza, right here on home court. Good crowd on hand, the student section. I think it's pajama night because some of the student body dressed out in nighttime attire, along with Freddie the Flamingo. The parents, the alumni on hand as well. Sentinels coming off last week, a hard to describe week. A kind of tumultuous outing here against Saguaro, followed by a loss in Mesquite. So now they're back at full force, ready to take on this Marcos Niza team that is struggling. Sentinels average 53 points, shooting 39%, 30% from 3, shooting 64% from the line. 25 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks, and 8 steals a game. Marcos coming in, struggling. They've lost 3 in a row, 7-11, talking to longtime coach David Stark, who's been with the program since 2002, talking about his team just grinding through this season and just trying to make the best of it. And he's lost some personnel along the way and just doing the best he can with what he has. A squad that won the state title in 2002, made a big state run in 2008. And we bring in the doctor. Adam Perry, who joins us on the telecast. And Seton lineup, as always, Miguel Grijalva, KJ Fauski, Luke Padilla, Gio Barone, and Julian Garcia, the mad double-double force, who I didn't know this, Doc, by the way. Julian Garcia, 4.7 GPA.
Wow.
Coach Carter Abey told me that he is most likely going to be the school's valedictorian.
Are you serious?
I mean, is that impressive?
You could never guess that from watching him play on the court. I mean, he gets gritty and dirty, and he's just a competitor. Wow, good for him.
Yeah, Julian is a tough hombre, as they would say. So we are getting ready. We'll talk about the Seton matchup against this Marcos Niza team, but we are about to announce the school prayer and the national anthem. And we'll talk more about the starting lineups. Keep it locked, keep it loaded right here from John J. McMahon Gym. Seton anxious to be back on home court this week. They've got Marcos, and then they've got Arcadia on Thursday. So Marcos Niza about to be introduced, and it all starts with James Stewart, a junior, 6'8", $199. Doc, he's getting some D1 looks. NAU interested. He's only a junior, long, lanky, can dominate the post, but no question, your $199 at 6'8", he can put about 20, 30 pounds of muscle on.
Yeah, and you know, you have that frame, you have that size, that makes you so projectable to college coaches. And you know, I'm excited to see how he plays. You know, based off the stats we see, he's a double-double machine, and I'm interested to see how that will pan out here tonight.
Marcos averages 52 points, shooting 42%, 24% from three, 54% from the line, 31 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 blocks, 7 steals. But Doc, almost 20 turnovers per game. So in talking to Coach Stark, he says, look, I've had some turnover on my roster. I've got young guards. So what do you do against young guards if you're Seton? You press them, you press them, and you press them some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Put the pressure on and put them in situations they haven't likely experienced before, and you know that's how you get inexperienced players to crack. And I'm sure Seton will bring the pressure.
So Marco's starting lineup. Number 0, Jameer Walker. Number 1, DJ Drew. Number 2, Myrie Drew. Number 23, Shamal Garcia. Number 4, as we mentioned, the man in the middle, James Stewart, 6'8" junior, $199, getting some looks. NAU interested, and no question, if he can put the ball on the floor and shoot a little 10-footer, he's going to have an opportunity to even get some big offers along the way. So as we look at the jump in the middle, you can tell the size differential between Julian Garcia and James Stewart. So this will be an interesting tip as these two conference rivals get to go at it again. Seton won both games last year, 71-53 and 42-40 right here. Zach Strauss with 15 in the win. Seton coming out, causing the quick turnover. Miguel Grijalva, Seton with numbers. Julian draws the contact, and Julian will go to the line. And a good start for Seton, pressuring the basketball and getting that early turnover.
Very good job, and now a great opportunity here for Garcia. Julian has been a killer from the free throw line so far this season, and always in clutch moments too, and this is a perfect example of that here. First points of the game.
And Julian misses on the first free throw. Julian on the year, a 53% free throw shooter. But Doc, I feel like in the course of the year, he's only gotten better from the line.
Yeah, definitely.
So glad you can join us right here from John J. McMahon Gym. Paulo Hutchinson, command control, controlling the live stream. And that is what the big man can do. James Stewart, spin move and knocking down the rim. His first bucket, he averages almost 18 and 11. He's got all kinds of moves. The big thing for Seton, pressure the basketball and force Marcos into controlling it. Miguel and Gio with some active hands early. 14 on the shot clock, and they're dumping it down to Stewart. The kick out, across the way, dribble, shot from the top of the key. That is in and out. Stewart over the top, goes up strong yet again.
Wow.
And
that's some force in the paint there.
James Stewart high and hard. He's got 4 quick ones, Seton down 4-1. And Luke Padilla thought about it for a split second. KJ with a quick fire knocks it home. KJ Fauski just continues to be that long-range threat for Seton. We're knotted at 4 early on. Stewart down in the blocks, gets double teamed. They go right back at him. Working underneath and showing the touch with the bank off the glass. And that, Doc, that was pretty.
Absolutely, so well done. So much finesse and touch and skill from the big man so far. And, you know, he's got 6 already.
KJ the other way. And we're knotted at 6. This time, Stewart gets it taken away. Garcia, Julian, short. Padilla dribbles it out. KJ wide open, off the mark. Tracked down by Julian. Taken away by the Padres in transition. And Gio, good defense, getting back. So far, Marcos, only 1 turnover in the early stages of this one, and going to their big man, and he's paid dividends early. 6 quick ones for James Stewart. Barone getting tangled up. Barone takes it away. Off the bad inbounds pass. Padilla.
Run something!
Coach Carter Abey telling his team to get in the offense.
Guys, good job, Padilla!
And good work by Luke Padilla, drawing the foul against Shamal Garcia. Second team foul, and Doc, this is a Marcos team that doesn't have a lot of bodies, so their starting five is essentially going to be seeing a lot of minutes in this one. Fauski, Grijalva, Garcia on him. Barone picked up. Gio swings it to Garcia. Garcia pull up. And Julian Garcia getting more and more comfortable with that outside shot. And that's going to make Seton even more dangerous come playoff time. On the other end, Marcos swings it up top. DJ Drew over to Jameer Walker. Stewart loses the handle. Garcia out to Grijalva. Grijalva running. Grijalva blocked by DJ Drew. Good defense by the Padres in transition.
Yeah, tremendously fast pace of play so far, and I mean, these teams are neck and neck right now. Talk about Julian Garcia and his aggression right now. He's matching every bit of energy from his taller counterpart. And Padilla, bang, from the perimeter. Wonderful shot right there.
Luke Padilla with a hand in his face says, give me some of that and then some. Spin move by Drew. They pull it back out. Walker. Stewart inside. Stewart might have taken a Euro step. Got away with it. Misses Grijalva. And contact against DJ Drew. Not intentional by any means. They got tangled up. A 10-6 Seton lead with 3:58 left in this first quarter. Good crowd on hand. 8 games remaining for the Sentinels. Tonight, Marcos, Thursday against Arcadia. Arcadia, 10-8 in league play, 2-0. Make that 10-8 overall, 2-0 in league play. A 10-6 Marcos lead. Garcia, obviously getting the big time duty against Stewart down the blocks, and that's an over the top right there, and that's a foul on Myrie Drew.
The Sentinels so aggressive on the court tonight, and that's exactly who they need to be here in order to counter this physicality.
So we got a timeout on the floor, and this one in the early stages, and we saw Marcos feed the beast. And that was James Stewart coming out and really showing Doc the skill set down in the post.
Yeah, I mean, he is, you can tell that, you know, he's been drilling his entire life that he's going to be a center and he's going to be, you know, a big man on the court. He's so good in the post. His paint moves and his post work is very hard to counter. He's so patient when he has the ball in his hands, and he's also very athletic. He can put it down whenever he wants, and he keeps his shots open as well.
Couple dunks, one beautiful kiss off the glass, and now every time he's in the post, he's getting double and triple. So we got members of the women's basketball team here tonight. We have Mia DiPuccio and Carmela Gallardo. See if they can possibly join us at the half and talk about the women and their quest for greatness in the season after the great victory last week over Mesquite. That was a phenomenal game that went right down to the wire. Fauski long range. KJ on fire. He's got 8. A 7-point Sentinels lead. And KJ's dad is here, up in the rafters. Also an assistant coach at Mesquite, at Mesa Community College.
And Julian with another hustle rebound. This kid cannot be stopped right now. And obviously with the short depth on the Padres side of things, that'll only weigh out in favor of the Sentinels as this contest goes longer and longer.
So the foul's on Stewart. Garcia will go to the line. Julian, as we mentioned, shooting over 50% from the line. Of course, that's a mark you know he wants to improve on, but we feel he is getting better in the last several weeks.
2 for 3 on the night now.
Young man who's dedicated himself to the classroom, a 4.7 GPA, on his way to Alabama. Most likely going to be the school's valedictorian. A lot to be proud of. Young man who always handles himself with the greatest of class and is always providing the great leadership for Seton. On the other side, James Stewart with the jump hook. He's got all 8 Marcos points. Fauski in the corner. That one's off the mark. Ripped down by Myrie Drew. Swung over. Jameer Walker trying to get to lane. Jameer blocked by Gio Barone.
Gio Barone met him in the air. Some acrobatic contact right there, and number 0 will go to the line. But a good defensive effort by Barone regardless.
Walker shooting 59% from the line, can't connect on the first. So the Sentinels won both games last year, and for Coach Carter Abey and his team, they feel the urgency of these last 8 games of league play. Walker connects on 1 and 2. Fauski just misses. That rims in and out. 14-9. Coming down to 2 minutes left in the first. And Garcia swings it over to Walker. Walker. Marcos, a lot of size. Stewart leads the charge. Put back won't go. Padilla with the rebound among the trees. Barone swung around, taken away by Marcos. Myrie Drew up the floor. Garcia.
And Julian Garcia. What a takeaway right there.
Padilla, a little too strong. Julian will reset the offense. Fauski swings it over to Barone. Padilla thought about it for a split second. Luke, right in the mug of Jameer Walker. He's got 5. It's an 8-point Seton lead. And sometimes a shooter's got to shoot.
Shooter's got to shoot, and that was just phenomenal from Padilla.
Swung out to the outside.
And look at the Sentinels cutting off the post right now. What a phenomenal job by them.
Getting into the lane, the kick out. Drew up top. 3 won't go. And that's a foul over the top on Amari Clark. That's his first. Sentinels already in the bonus will go back to the line. Good energy. Of course, Seton Catholic and Marcos Niza only separated by 3-4 miles. And Doc, you've been in that situation. You're playing that school that's only right down the street. What was that like for you back in the days?
You know, there's always a different kind of rivalry when you might even know some of the kids at the other school. I mean, when you grow up in, you know, an area like this where the high schools are in such close proximity, it's likely that you've played with or against the other kids, the kids on the other team in travel ball or any kind of club scene like that. And you know, there might be some prior relations before these games, and you know, that builds the pressure all the more.
Swung out. Good defense in the post by Seton. Fauski swings it over to Gio. Gio thought about it. Miguel puts it on the floor. Back to KJ. KJ, bang! Wow. KJ Fauski, his third 3 of the first. He's got 11. It's an 11-point Seton lead. And the call goes against Marcos. Looked like Myrie Drew might have stepped on the baseline. On the out of bounds, I should say. Padilla at the buzzer, won't go. But what a strong first period for Seton.
Yeah.
A 20-9 advantage And it all starts with KJ Fauski, Doc, who was unconscious in the first.
And here we see a replay, and I mean, his stroke tonight has just been phenomenal. I mean, he's had a couple good looks from three, a couple contested looks as well, and he's made almost all of them. And that's what the Sentinels needed. They needed some kind of separator outside of the perimeter, because obviously the perimeter is blocked up so far here tonight.
Luke Padilla with 5 points, Julian Garcia with 4. So Seton getting contributions from the big three, and then after James Stewart got up to a quick start, Doc, we saw the Seton defense start working their way toward him.
Yeah, and they adjusted. That's something that Seton is so good at because of their just impeccable coaching. I mean, they shut down that interior attack so fast, started doubling him, started cutting off the lanes from passing from perimeters. And I mean, it's just phenomenal what the Seton head coach is able to do. Carter Aby is having a masterclass right now.
So his squad so anxious to get back on home floor this week. Once again, they've got Marcos tonight, Arcadia on Thursday. And then Karen Self and her squad will be back in action right here on Friday. Plenty of hoops from John J. McMahon Gym, and we'll have all the action, of course, right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. We begin the second period, Sentinels with possession, and it starts with Walker on Padilla. Barone picked up by Drew. Barone hands it over to Grijalva. Was looking for the pass down low to Julian Garcia. Wasn't ready for it. Now it's Marcos. They go right back to Stewart. Stewart swings it out. Garcia can't connect, and Seton doing a great job down in the blocks with the rebound. Padilla. Barone thought about it for a split second. KJ getting in the lane. KJ with the floater. And will go to the line. Myrie Drew.
Oh, wow.
With the contact. He's like, are you kidding me?
This place just erupted after that basket, Joe. KJ Fauski, what a night he's having so far. And he gets a chance for one more here at the line.
Fauski, 13 quick points. Misses on the free throw. Garcia comes down with it. So that's about one of very few shots that Fauski has missed. Sentinels with another turnover. Now it's back in Marcos's favor. Going inside, up and in, and they missed the gimme, but Jameer Walker with the putback. 22-11. Sentinels getting off to a fast start in first. Padilla. Julian going strong, and Julian with that electric quick move. He's got 6 points. Once again, Marcos does not have a deep bench, so the Sentinels are going to go at him 150 miles an hour and try to tire them down and make them speed up and turn the ball over. KJ swings it over the other side, and that's knocked out of bounds by Myrie Drew. This Marcos team, very long and lengthy. Coming in, getting an opportunity, Luke Woitis. Julian off the inbounds. Grijalva swung over. Padilla, a little too strong off the iron, fouls his shot, goes back up. That misses. Rebound by Marcos. Padres looking to cut into this 13-point Seton lead. Good shot, the off-balance look by DJ Drew. His first bucket. It's an 11-point lead for the Sentinels. And give Marcos a lot of credit with their head coach. Their longtime veteran coach, David Stark. They're playing hard, playing for pride, playing a crosstown rival, and giving it all they got, and Luke Padilla giving it all he got and then some.
Yeah, and Luke was asking for a foul there, but nothing called, and I mean, he earned that basket, no doubt.
He's got 7, 13-point Seton lead. Seton's come out fast. They've done it long range. They've done it going to the basket, and they've been relentless on James Stewart down in the blocks. They go back to Stewart, and Stewart, quick pass inside, and that is thrown up. And Stewart follows his teammate's shot and goes in. He's got 10. Young man, very athletic. And Fauski the other way, picked up by Drew. Garcia. Contact against Luke Woitis. That's going to be his first. Very fast-moving game. Not a lot of fouls. Up-tempo both sides, and just tipped off at a little after 7. And here we are. Midway through the second period. Stewart down low. Try to dump it inside to his teammate, Elijah Ingram. Misfire. But you got to figure, Doc, Stewart was so deep in a post, he had the easy little hook right in the lane.
Yeah, and you know, choosing to dish it out is not always the greatest option.
In fairness, he was trying to get his teammates involved and be unselfish, and Padilla, a little high off the glass, ripped down by Garcia. Marcos trying to work their way back into this one. Dumped down low, swung over. They're coming off a loss to Saguaro just last night. So here's a team that going through some struggles and on a back-to-back, which makes it, of course, even tougher on the legs. Lost last night 67-39. Stewart with 14 in the loss. Garcia with another rip. Miguel, middle of the floor, swings it. Padilla, across the way, KJ. Fauski,
wow.
Another 3.
Are you kidding me, KJ?
4 first half threes. He's got 16.
Wow.
KJ locked in. Drew the other way. That's off the iron. Good rip. Going up strong. Stewart going back up, and Stewart on the putback. He's got 12. He's relentless. On the other end, Garcia elbow. And
boom.
How about that? Julian Garcia showing the range.
KJ with
He's
a solid,
got 9 points.
KJ with a solid dish out right there. Now on defense, Padilla applying pressure still. Forces an inside shot and it goes.
Jameer Walker knocks down the jumper. 32-19. All of a sudden, Marcos settling in a little bit offensively, not relying just on Stewart to keep them in the game. That shot is off the iron. Fauski right there.
Wow.
Fauski, the little floater.
Let's make it 18 for Fauski on the night.
18 and counting. What a strong first half. Dumped down in the blocks. Ingram. And they call the blocking foul against Luke Woitis. Luke was trying to sell that.
Yeah.
Doesn't pick up the hardware for best acting job.
No, maybe set his screen a little bit late there. His feet were still moving, so he's not going to get away with that one.
Stewart down in the box. Little hook won't go. Ingram's there. Ingram swings it out. Jameer Walker. Walker knocks down the triple. He's got 8. The lead is 12. 2 minutes left in this first half.
Jackson, that side.
So glad to have you here, right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Padilla, Walker, all over him.
Sidelines.
And I gotta tell you, Doc, sometimes
Stack to Arizona. Stack
you look
to
at calls.
Arizona.
I look at Walker just playing hard defense there. There was nothing intentional. I didn't see anything that was, you know, he might have grazed him, okay? He's just playing hard defense.
Yeah, Walker utilizes his body very well, and Garcia pull up bang.
Julian Garcia off to a great night. He's got 11. Shot won't go. Walker. Stewart inside. Ingram. Great ball movement by Marcos. A lot of touches, and here they are hanging around. Seton up 12, $1:31 left. And Marcos might not have that deep bench, Doc, but they're playing hard. They're giving themselves a chance by controlling the basketball, and not a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting better as this game is going on, starting to settle into things on the offensive side of things, and Seton needs to do a good job and establish a big lead at halftime. And Julian Garcia.
And that was just a sick move by Julian. The spin and the jumper over Stewart. Julian's now got 13 points. And Stewart on the other end just continues his onslaught. He's got 14. Julian back the other way. Doesn't get the roll. Bruning try to go up and put it back. A little bit of a tough angle. Garcia swings it over to Drew. And they call the double dribble on DJ Drew. Got frozen up and then wanted to attack the rim when he realized he had the corner. 42 seconds left. 7-second differential on the shot clock. Walker on Padilla. Swung over, Padilla gets it back. KJ left open again. That time off the side of the iron. And looks like we have possession arrow in favor of Saguaro. Looked like for a brief second that maybe Julian picked up a foul. That wasn't the case. So it's going to be Saguaro playing for the final shot. Garcia on Drew. Padilla, Drew, floater. And that was just an electric move by DJ Drew.
Very good job by him.
Sentinels, last opportunity. Thrown in the corner, Roytis can't connect. And that is gonna do it for the first half. Sentinels with a 10-point halftime lead. And Doc, when we look back at this first half, it starts with KJ Fauski shooting lights out from long range.
Yeah, I mean, KJ Fauski just lit this game up. I mean, so good from the outside, and the defense knows that, the other team, and he still finds a way to maneuver his way into open space. Very good off-ball movement, and it paid off dividends here in this first half.
4 first half threes for KJ. He's got 18. Luke Padilla with 9. Julian Garcia, the future Crimson Tide, with 13. Keep it locked and loaded. More to come from John J. McMahon Gym right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Halftime from John J. McMahon Gym. Sentinels with a 10-point lead over Marcos Niza. Joining me on the mic as soon as she puts on the headset. She's done this before, and this is the lovely and charismatic Mia DiPuccio. Mia, congratulations on the win over Marcos tonight. Caitlin Benally did not play. She's in a leg boot, so they were taking all precautions, Coach Karen Self and the coaching staff. And your thoughts on the win tonight?
It was a really good team win. We started off strong. We just got after it and we attacked. So by halftime, by the second quarter, we were able to get some subs going. So everyone got really good minutes, and like the scoring was really evenly distributed. Like it was a very solid team win. So
that being said, last time I saw you was, of course, the big win over Mesquite, right here and on a buzzer beater. You know, what was the campus reaction to you and the team the next day? What was that like?
A couple pat on the backs, like walking through the hallway, and they're like, "Oh, like good stuff." And obviously, some of my friends weren't like at the game when they found out, and they're like, "Yeah, that's so cool. Like I wish I was there." But like, it was pretty chill.
Yeah, always a good feeling to beat your conference rival, especially at the buzzer. And that being said, so you pick up the win tonight, and then Friday you're back home, and you're taking on Arcadia. And your thoughts on that matchup? And I know now, being that you're an upperclassman now after a couple years of being in the lower ranks, you've had enough experience against Arcadia. What can you expect against the Titans on Friday?
Yeah, they're a pretty solid team. They have one player especially who's pretty good. So we have a little game plan worked up for that. And our goal is just going to be play solid D and run through our offense and just do what we do best.
So Mia, that being said, look, we're getting into that critical juncture of the season where every game is magnified because you're playing for playoff seedings and everything else. And what's the mindset of this team as you grind through roughly 8 games left?
Our mindset is just to play together and to play just leave it all on the court and never underestimate anyone and just take it one game at a time. Yeah,
I know it's very cliche-ish, but that's what sports is. You can only focus on that moment, that entity, and then from there it's essentially what's next. So as you reflect back on Mesquite, that win, what did that kind of win in a game that you had to gut out, grind out? It was really a defensive slugfest. There was no offensive rhythm on either side.
No.
What did you guys take away from that win that you could take with you for the rest of the season?
Defense wins games. Karen always says it, and it's something that people overlook so many times, but our defense really got us through this game. And neither team's offensively, it was probably one of our lowest scoring games, but good team defense can get you through it, and team around, just having each other's backs. There was not one time where if I made a mistake, I didn't have a teammate coming to pick me up, telling me a good job or get back in it. And that's one of our big things this year, just being together and picking each other up, and just being there for each other as a team is good, helped us a ton.
For you, you've come in, and the freshman class of you and Sophie and Reagan, and you've grown together. What's it like to come into this program, and you've done nothing but excel since day one, and you've gotten better and you continue to get better, but what's it like to come to this program and be a contributor from day one, and along the way see your game blossom and continuing to reach new heights?
It's been a fun experience, especially having Sophie and Reagan and Carmela, because we grew up playing together, so it was really cool that I'm able to share all my highs and lows with them of high school basketball, and we're all very close, and they're sisters to me. So just being able to grow with them and watch each other blossom and be able to accomplish new things together, just been amazing. It's nothing I could have asked for.
So you're a star athlete. Now the question is, in your family, and I love your mom and dad, they're always here. They're friends of mine. I consider them friends, and they're great people. Who was the athlete? Was it your mom or your dad?
It was my dad. Definitely not my mom. Love her to death, but she's more into music and other things.
So what sport did your dad play back in the day?
My dad played football, so he played at Ohio State, and then he transferred to Bowling Green.
Wow. I didn't know he played for
Yeah.
the Buckeyes, and now he played for Bowling Green as well. What position did he play?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't even know?
I think he was, I don't know.
Okay, so I want this to be part of your your nightly homework, which includes science and chemistry and calculus and, you know, Latin and probably American history as well. I need, next time you and I talk,
Okay.
I'm quizzing you on what position your dad played at Ohio State.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be a little homework for you. So that being said, the team, big win tonight. I know the health status, Caitlin Benally, she was nursing a little bit of a leg boot tonight. She says it's precautionary.
Yeah.
So going into Friday, you feel you'll have everyone
I
pretty
think
much
so.
set?
I think we'll have everyone by Friday.
There you go. Okay, that is the always charismatic Mia DiPuccio. Mia, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We have Adam Perry about to join us, and of course, Catch the Ladies taking on Arcadia on Friday, and we'll have that right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Now we're going to do the perfect assist. This is going to be like Sophie Morales dumping it down to Mia DiPuccio in the blocks, but instead it's going to be Mia DiPuccio handing off to Adam Perry, who's right behind me. We'll see. We'll call this the perfect handoff on the assist. Mia, good ball handles to the Doc. The Doc delivers, and now he's back in with me.
And the slam.
And the slam.
We're back.
So, Doc, we begin this second frame. Seton up by 10. Of course, the big thing on the other side is James Stewart. You know, he's going to get his. He's got 14 to lead Marcos. I think a key for Seton is make sure that no one else really gives Marcos that extra X-factor firepower.
Yep. And I mean, for the Sentinels in this half here, they just have to continue wearing down the Padres and, you know, keep chipping away, because obviously that lack of depth is going to haunt Marcos de Niza as we enter the fourth quarter.
Grijalva, Fauski, Padilla, Barone, Garcia on the floor for Seton. Garcia, Drew, Stewart, Walker, and Ingram on the floor for Marcos. Stewart down in the box, spin, doesn't get the roll, but having his back right there is DJ Drew. He's got 6, the lead down to 8. Barone back the other way. Gio going strong. And that's just a great move. You know, you got to take advantage of a team. They don't get back in transition. Gio sought it out and put it in gear and attacked the glass. Walker the other way. Fires it up. Stewart with the rebound. Going up strong. Taken away by Ingram. Ingram fires it up. Loose ball. And Marcos.
And I mean, Joe, what a way by both teams to really set the tone here to kick off this second half. I mean, they did not miss a single step since before the half, and a dunk from the big man to cap that one off.
Stewart going strong yet again. His third dunk of the game. He's got 16. Julian gets called for the travel. The officials for tonight's game, by the way, Andy Goodman, Rich DiAgostino, as well as Andy Pasmonic. Always got to give the referees their love. Do a great job of coming here and representing the AIA and making sure everything goes well. And that's knocked down by DJ Drew. And it's a 5-point Seton lead. So Marcos all of a sudden making some noise. Hitting some shots and getting some production from DJ Drew. 5 points in this third. Fauski shoots it out. Padilla thought about it, fakes, misses from 3, but Miguel Grijalva tracks it down. Garcia from 3, misses from long range. A battle ensues underneath. Ingram rips it away. DJ Drew. And Marcos with a chance to cut it to 2. They go back to Stewart. Stewart in the blocks and loses the handle. Call the foul against Seton.
Stay together. Stay together.
Foul is on Luke Padilla. That's his first. Non-shooting. So Marcos off the inbound. Stewart showing that spin move, and DJ Drew steps out of bounds, and a costly turnover by the Padres that were making that huge run to pull within 5. And now Coach Carter Abeys telling his Seton team, stay together, box out, down below. Couple possessions, Doc. We saw Marcos just outwork Seton down in the blocks.
Yeah.
Padilla. Walker on him. Walker tightening up the defense. Barone with the screen. Backdoor, Grijalva. And Grijalva steps out of bounds. So back-to-back. Back-to-back situations on both teams stepping out of bounds. 5-point Seton lead. Stewart, Walker.
And
Walker
Grijalva
loses the handle. Good defense by Seton. Grijalva there. Barone fires it up from 3. Barone misses from 3. Fauski going up. Swatted away by Stewart. James Stewart, young man, so good around the post. But Doc, next level, he's going to be called on to shoot that little 10-foot jump shot.
Yeah, and that's really the next development in his game, is expanding out to, you know, the new standard for a big man. And a giveaway there from the Sentinels. And Marcos Niza is able to continue their run.
Under 5 minutes left in the third. Garcia pinned down by Fauski. DJ Drew. Drew in the lane. Floater, and that goes. And all of a sudden, Marcos within 3, and Carter Abeys got to call a timeout. And Marcos coming here with a purpose, and Doc, we talked about this. You know, look, at the end of the day, Marcos comes in here, they know their record. They know they've lost 3 straight. They know they got trucked by Suaro last night. But they've got pride.
Yep.
And it's a rivalry game. And Doc, you've been part of rivalry games. And how much does the intensity increase regardless of the records?
And Joe, to add on to that, especially because this is down the home stretch of the season, it being a rivalry game is all the more pressure and intensity that gets added to the contest. And I mean, you can tell by the crowd here on hand today that this is an important matchup, and Seton knows that, Marcos Niza knows that, and you know, these matchups between, you know, teams that you could face later in the playoffs is, you know, something that's very crucial. There's a lot weighing on the game.
And right now, Marcos they're not going to the bench whatsoever. They're playing their starting 5, and they're going to ride out their starting 5. So if Seton can build a lead and just continue to wear down Marcos, and Fauski misses from the outside, and Stewart rips it down.
And the issue is right now for Seton, Marcos Niza is not really showing any signs of fatigue or slowing up. They're matching the Sentinels' pace on everything right now.
Grijalva shoots it to Garcia. Garcia knocks down the 3.
And that is what the Sentinels needed, a blown coverage. Garcia wide open.
And that's a huge 3. It stops a big run by the Padres. Other end, DJ Drew. And Drew swatted away by Barone. Ingram. Drew, loose ball, misses the elbow. Ingram tangled up against Gio. Possession in favor of Marcos. Alejandro Burns checking in. KJ Fauski checking out. Fauski, 18 points in the first half. Marcos tightening up their defense on the perimeter. Stewart down low, working the moves. Little fadeaway, misses. But Ingram shielded Seton off the ball as it trickles out of bounds. And it remains Padres' possession. They go right back to Stewart, down the blocks, loose ball, picked up by Walker, and Gio Barone in a battle. Swung out, Seton with numbers, Garcia in the corner. Padilla going strong, and Padilla will go to the line.
And good patience right there from the Sentinels. They waited for their best opportunity to shoot the ball, and Padilla decides it's right up at the rim.
Myrie Drew now with 3 fouls. So Seton doing what they have to do. Drawing contact and getting Marcos in foul trouble. Padilla, such a good free throw shooter. A 76% free throw shooter. Padilla knocks down the first. He's got 8. The lead is back to 7. Seton would love to extend this lead. Last thing they want is to give Marcos any kind of hope going into the fourth. Walker splitting the defense, and that pass is thrown away. And Doc, we alluded to, and Coach David Stark talked about this. Young guards, sometimes too much energy going and not enough poise. Close to 20 turnovers per game for Marcos, and that's a killer. You can't control the basketball, you can't possess it. Padilla, good drive to the rim. Doesn't get the love from ref Rich DiAgostino. Garcia down to Stewart in the blocks. Swung over, Walker. Drew lets it fly. That's off the iron. And he hears it from the student body. But I love the fact that Marcos has come here and they've come with a purpose. And this is what Seton needs. They've got to be tested down the stretch because it's all about playoff seeding. And Seton's going to see everyone's best as they're playing for a higher seed for the postseason. The miss from the outside. Marcos, long range 3 won't go. Ingram. Padilla takes it down. Padilla, Garcia, Alejandro Burns, and Burns gets swatted away. High energy, it's picking up on both sides. An 8-point Seton lead, 45-37. Seton led 38-28 at the half. Marcos made a little run to pull within 3. Seton has answered. Alejandro Burns from the outside. Alejandro long from 3. Gio tried to sell that to the ref. Does not, as Drew wins that battle on the baseline. $1:47 left in the third. Sentinels trying to hold off this Marcos team. Padilla in transition. Can't get by Walker. Barone outside. Misses from 3. Ingram off the loose ball. Will slow it up. Gets it over to Walker. And Walker trapped on that sideline. Steps out of bounds. Good defense by Seton.
Very good, and it seems as though they're taking back control of this contest as this third quarter comes to an emphatic close. Padilla from deep, no good. Just short on that one.
Garcia with the rebound. Under 1 minute left. Shot from the outside, off the iron. Julian Grijalva. And Grijalva does a nice job of drawing contact against DJ Drew.
Very good job. He waited until Drew was up in the air, so he knew that he would get contact on his shot. And Grijalva now has a chance to extend this lead.
Miguel, a 50% free throw shooter. Misses on the first.
Which means he's due.
Game like this, every point matters. Every opportunity to extend a lead against this Marcos team that's coming here with a purpose, looking for the road victory. Miguel misses both. Barone and Drew tangled up. Possession arrow for Seton. Gio, gotta love it. A lot of effort and energy. Grijalva off the inbounds. Seton inside, Garcia, up and in.
Wow.
And the Sentinels wanted the foul against Stewart, and they don't get it.
I mean, Stewart literally jumped over Garcia right there. That's a display of his athleticism. Now he's got the ball underneath, and the Sentinels take it away.
Last shot.
Garcia now with 16, Grijalva, and what a pass.
Wow!
What a pass.
Sentinels, are you kidding me?
Padilla, Grijalva, and Alejandro. Chalk it up as awesome. Grijalva, Padilla. And back up is Julian, and the Sentinels. And the third on a fury.
What a run.
Back-to-back buckets in transition.
Electric.
And the
Absolutely
Sentinels
electric.
up 51-37. And Doc, we just saw some great team basketball. That one play, Padilla, Grijalva, and Alejandro, doesn't get any better.
I mean, what a way to cap off this third quarter for the Sentinels. They almost lost the lead here in this quarter at the beginning, but I mean, they reeled Marcos Niza back in and started playing their basketball again, took control of possessions, were smarter with the basketball, and it paid off. They end up 4 more points than they ended last quarter. Now leading by 14 points.
And Julian Garcia is starting to rack up in the scorebook now with 16 points. Julian, good transition offense by Seton. And once again, Doc, in that situation, those last 2 possessions down the floor in which Seton converted, might be starting to see some tired legs for the Padres.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that little offensive burst right there at the end, and Marcos Niza could not keep up. Perhaps the Sentinels are breaking down the door. We'll see here in this fourth quarter.
So Marcos pulled within 3. Seton ends on a tremendous run to build the league back up to 14. And here we are, the fourth quarter underway. Myrie Drew swings it over to DJ Drew. Back over to Myrie. Stewart down in the box. Swings it out, taken away by Padilla. Padilla to Gio. Gio up and in, and what a great pass by Luke Padilla.
And such good body control by Gio Barone right there. Caught himself, readjusted, and got a wonderful acrobatic shot off.
DJ Drew with an electric move, and Gio Barone will draw the foul. DJ Drew, a senior, 5'10", $160, electric in the open floor. At the line, 62% free throw shooter, knocks down the first. He's got 12 points. Marcos pulled within 3, and now they're chasing the game yet again. And Doc, sometimes it just takes so much energy to crawl and scratch, and then, you know, you lose it just for a split second, and then Seton took advantage going on that run to end the third.
Yeah, and you can tell that Seton's game plan is to keep tiring them out. As soon as they get the ball on offense, they're in a full sprint down the court.
DJ Drew trying to get to the corner. Barone on him. Swung outside, Myrie. Myrie Drew over to Garcia. 14 on the shot clock. Padilla, relentless defense. DJ Drew, Padilla picks him up. Drew pulls up. Shot is off the iron. Padilla swings it over. Barone, elbow, knocks it down. And Luke Padilla is starting to put on a passing clinic right now.
Yeah.
Hit Barone on the break, and now Padilla, another turnover, slicing, and that one will trickle out and go in favor of Marcos. Timeout on the floor. So Luke Padilla, we know how valuable he is offensively from the outside, Doc, and last 5 minutes he's been so good finding his teammates in transition.
Yeah, a true point guard, a true one slot for the Sentinels. And, you know, Padilla flashed the shooting early in this contest and now showing off other dimensions to his game. He's got the passing in his bag.
And let's see if we can swing a look at the student section.
And we see Freddie joining us as well.
Yeah, Freddie the Flamingo.
Talking with the assistant coaches right now.
Yeah,
and there
he's
he is.
dialed in. Freddie's checking out the action. Lily Fogarty, one of the cheerleaders. She's all dressed out in the bedtime attire. She was getting her fun on, dancing a short time ago. Lily's great. One of the great cheerleaders on this campus, provides so much energy for the athletic department.
And that's so part of the Sentinels culture. I mean, everyone is bought into this program. Everyone is enthusiastic, and everyone wants it bad.
Alejandro Burns picks up the foul. Sentinels, no one really in foul trouble. They're in a good situation to play out this final 6 and change. Garcia swings it over to DJ Drew. Drew loses the handle. Garcia, Sentinels. Garcia, how about that effort?
Wow.
And that's just a great effort by Joy. Garcia, look,
Phenomenal.
he probably made a bad decision by going in strong, but instead fouled his shot and gave his team another opportunity. Julian at the line. He's got 16, building up the stat sheet in an impressive way. Julian looks at the bench, kind of laughs that one off. 56-39. And Garcia misses. Gio. And Gio connects. And I just love the ball movement by Seton.
So
I
good.
mean, Alejandro with the offensive rebound and knew where Gio was. And Gio, and I love the fact that right now the Sentinels are all so comfortable shooting the three, and there's no hesitation.
Great defense, 11. Great defense, 11.
Right now, a shot clock situation correcting itself. 20 seconds for Marcos. Now Garcia on the inbounds. And that's an easy one, Stewart, every time. And Stewart tried to get to Garcia, who was cutting, and instead found a Seton jersey instead. Garcia will pull it out. 25 on the shot clock. Julian's done just about everything, and then some. Playing fearless. What I've loved about Julian's game in the course of this year is that Julian is getting more and more. He's getting more fearless against facing a bigger body, and bringing it right to him.
So much more comfortable, and that's when you really can let your athletic prowess shine through.
Grijalva on that aggressive move, and Padilla with the foul. He's got 2. And right now, Doc, what once was a close game is now blossomed into a 22-point Seton lead. Great defense by Garcia.
Wow, and Seton takes it back once again.
Padilla, release rotation.
Wow.
Bang.
And that,
Luke. He's got 12. And just like that, it's a 25-point Seton lead.
And some celebration is starting to commence a little bit. That might have been the metaphorical dagger in this contest. You know, when you're up by this many points now, 25, with this much momentum behind you and only 4:36 left in the game, there's not much that Marcos Niza can do here except hope for a miracle.
Absolutely. So an incredible run by Seton, and doing it in just so many different ways. And in the course of this one, Doc, we've just seen so many heroes. It just seems like someone stepping up every 5 minutes or so. We saw Fauski, then it was Julian, then Padilla, then Barone, back to Julian, and just, we're talking about a complete basketball team here, not just relying on one individual, but a collective effort of the sum of great parts really clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, and the glue behind all of that obviously is Coach Carter Avies and his assistant squad, and I mean, they're so good at bringing the energy for this team. The team just feeds off of them.
Can't say enough about Carter Abies' coaching staff, Ernie Cornea, Tom Lease, Andrew Tipsword, floater on the other end by Stewart. He's got 18. He's going to get his, and Seton's okay with that. Closing in on 4 minutes. They're feeling good about where they are. Grijalva going down the lane. Miguel up and in.
Are you kidding me right now? Everyone is on right now for the Sentinels. Everyone's on fire. Oh, give it to Padilla now.
Take it away. Padilla will shoot it up.
Oh.
That one in and out. This place is about to explode, and Grijalva rips it down.
Wow. Tremendous right now from the Sentinels.
Luke has got 12 points. And we talked about it. This is kind of a complete team effort. The Seton team, a different hero. And we have a delay a game technical foul against Marcos. So Seton will shoot a pair of free throws, and along the way, I gotta tell you, in a game like this, my heart hurts for the Mesquite program and Coach David Stark, who's been with the program a long time and hasn't had the bodies this year. He's had to do what's necessary to field a team, and you gotta wonder if he had a full set of weapons in the arsenal, where his team would be.
Yeah.
Padilla nails 1 and 2. He's got 13. Checking in, getting some minutes. Padilla, Garcia long range. That one's in and out. Reaching high, DJ Drew, but you know, everything, Doc, just Seton shooting 3, it looks like everything's going in. Like they're taking good shoots, the form's great.
Yeah, not forcing anything. They're so patient right now because, I mean, they have all the time in the world.
Jameer Walker on the miss. They get it back to Walker. Shot from up top. That won't go. Padilla swings it out. Alejandro. Grijalva, Padilla from the outside. That one won't go. Tracked down by DJ Drew. Under 3 minutes left in this contest. Of course, we'll have the post-game coverage right here from John J. McMahon Gym, because that's how we roll. Post-game coverage. Elbow jumper for Marcos. Knocked down. Good shot by Ryan Doyle.
Here we go. 2.
Like to see the young man get in the box score, a freshman. And Doc, if you could kind of reminisce what was it like to be a freshman back in the days of playing high school baseball and just to make an impact in some shape or form and how much that meant.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like decades ago now, but you know, back in my high school freshman days, I mean, when you're a freshman, you're still adjusting to everything going on around you. You're learning, you're like a sponge to information, and you know, anytime you can mold a freshman into the player you want, with them also contributing during that learning stage, is just phenomenal for a player's development.
So keep it right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. We got plenty to talk about as the Sentinels getting back on track on the home court and really not missing a beat. Really playing well. Walker blocked on the end. Miguel working his way out of it, swings it over to Garcia. Garcia in the corner. Fauski long range. That one's in and out.
Again.
And KJ, the last 3 or 4 threes have just all spun in and out of the rim. Stewart up and in. On the putback. He continues his onslaught. He's got 20.
And a full timeout from Coach Carter Abey as he plans to maybe give his players a bit of time to recoup, take a breath, and prepare for this final stretch here. 1:39 on the clock left in this contest.
Sentinels with a 21-point lead. At one time, Doc, it was a 3-point lead, and all of a sudden, the light bulb went on, and the Sentinels just put on a clinic.
Yeah.
And that is what happens when you play the Sentinels. Look, if you don't rebound, if you don't play defense, if you don't guard the three, and if you don't play transition defense against the Sentinels, they're going to crush you.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what happened to Saguaro. These young men that come in here with a lot of heart, and I applaud these young men. Short on bodies, but not short on effort. Just not enough bodies to be able to keep up with the Sentinels here this evening. Fauski swings it over to Grijalva. Grijalva picked up by Walker. $1:30 left in this one. Fauski. KJ.
Are you kidding me?
He's got 21.
So many good looks from him tonight, and you know, we just mentioned the in and outs, and it's good to finally have KJ back on the scoring side of things.
And we just got this in from Adam DiPuccio. Because I asked Mia DiPuccio, I said, where'd you get all the athleticism from? She said, definitely not my mom, definitely from my dad. And Adam DiPuccio did not go to Ohio State. He texted me, wanted to correct this, went to Bowling Green, then transferred to University of Cincinnati.
Oh.
But Adam, while you're texting and listening, what position did you play? That's what I need to know right now. Alvarez getting some PT off the JV squad. More youngsters. Shot is short. 70-46. Walker back the other way. Misses, and the pull down from Jaden Bean. And it's the futures on the floor for the Sentinels right now.
Fauski behind the back. And the shot is no good, but Fauski with some sauce right there on that one.
And we just found out that Adam DiPuccio, outside linebacker. And I can see that. Big size, broad shoulders. And the Sentinels flexing their shoulders here this evening with a 70-46 victory over Marcos de Niza. KJ Fauski with 21 points. Julian Garcia with 16. Luke Padilla with 12. We'll talk to the big three and more. Keep it locked, keep it loaded right here on the Scene Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon. Jim, what a great night for the Sentinels with a 70-46 victory over Marcos de Niza. KJ Fauski comes out and lights the gym up in the first half. KJ, multiple threes, you got the team going. Your thoughts on your hot start?
I just think it started out on the defensive end. You know, we were just sending great screens, and I was just coming off wide open, and I was just feeling it tonight. So that's what I think, yeah.
4 first half threes, and that second half, Marcos pulled within 3, and then all of a sudden, it was like a bomb exploding, and you guys go on a tremendous run, and talk about, you name it. It seemed like everyone was involved in that tremendous run.
Yeah, I think we handled adversity really well. They cut it to 3. We called a timeout. Coach Aby got into us a little bit, and I think we just bounced back and did a great job in the last 2 minutes of the third quarter and really good in the fourth quarter. So, yeah.
So this week, a very busy week. Marcos tonight, and then it's St. Mary's here on Thursday, correction, in the course of the telecast, and then it's Arcadia on Friday. Talk about the busy week and then getting right back at it Thursday, taking on St. Mary's right here.
Thursday, it's going to be a very tough game. You know, St. Mary's is #1 team in 4A, so we're going to have to battle that game, and then Arcadia, it's a must-win. So we have to be ready to play both games.
That is KJ Fauski, the sharpshooter. 21 on the night as the Sentinels pick up the big win. Well, locked and loaded. We'll hear from Julian Garcia coming up right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Back to John J. McMahon. Jim, always a force down low in the blocks. Julian Garcia, 21 points. Julian, at one point this was a 3-point game, and all of a sudden you guys went on a tremendous run. It seemed like everyone got involved. Your thoughts on the team just taking it up another notch in that final stretch of the third and the fourth?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I think we just woke up and we started playing at 100%. As you could see, we were playing really quick. The ball was flying up the floor. We're flying back on D, steals, turnovers for them, everything. And I think that just comes from us playing at our pace, a very quick game of basketball. And as you can see, the score can change real quick.
Julian, what I like about you in the course of this season, I think in the past, you would almost be intimidated by the bigger body in front of you. Yeah. Now, I'm starting to see you play with a relentless effort where it doesn't matter the size differential down in the blocks. And I saw that against you going up against James Stewart down in the blocks where you went right at him, you forced the tempo, and you showed the aggressiveness, and it led to a lot of big baskets for your team.
Yeah, I mean, I know I play center for this team, so I had to step up, and, you know, I got to play like one sometimes. So, yeah, I love those battles down low, you know. I'm just as strong as those guys. They might be a little taller than me. They might get the jump balls, but, you know, at the end of the day, I just got to box out, be physical, and just play my game. You know, I'm the quicker guy. I can beat them off the dribble. And on offense, it's a mismatch, so I use that.
So this is a very busy week for the team. Marcos tonight, and once again, you got St. Mary's. We know how good they are. They're coming in Thursday, followed by Arcadia on Friday. Your thoughts on that matchup against St. Mary's, one of the premier teams in 4A, and what you're going to have to do to try to get a victory on Thursday?
Well, as for me, it's going to be more of the same. They have 2 very big guys, so I'm just going to have to box out, just play my game, spread it out on offense. And they obviously have a really good guard that we're going to have to try and game plan for. But in terms of us, we just got to play our game. If we're hitting our shots, we can hang with them. We can hang with any team in this state. You know, if we have our day, you know, anything can happen.
Julian Garcia, a force on the basketball court, also a force in the classroom. Now, I had a conversation with Coach Carter Aby before this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. 4.7 GPA.
Yes, sir.
On track to be the valedictorian here at Seton Catholic.
I sure hope so. That would be a blessing. Yeah.
And if that is the case, talk about the dedication of what it takes to be here and be not just a great athlete, but be a great leader and to be great in the classroom as well, Julian.
You know, I think it just comes from just discipline and doing the same thing day in and day out. You know, with basketball, I'm used to waking up at 6 in the morning, staying until 10 p.m. at night for practice. And it's just that hard work ethic that I can do anything, you know. It's an everyday thing. You're not going to do anything in one day. If you do it day in and day out, you'll get it done.
Yeah, you could do anything, and you can go anywhere with a 4.7 GPA.
Oh, yeah.
But instead of staying in this part of the country, last I checked, 2 magical words, roll tide. You're heading to Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Why Alabama?
Well, they're offering me a generous full ride, so it's pretty enticing to go there. And I'm a little sad Nick Saban left, but the campus was beautiful. They had really everything I wanted, and it was just a great environment when I went there. So, yeah, roll Tide.
There you go. Julian Garcia and the Sentinels with a big victory over Marcos tonight. They're back on the floor taking on St. Mary's. Lock and loaded. We appreciate all the good people like Julian Garcia, all the great people in the athletic department that make this happen. Paulo Hutchison on the live stream. Everyone take care. Good night for the Sentinels with a big victory over Marcos. We'll see you on Thursday right here from John J. McMahon Gym. Take care and have a good evening.